Hey, what's up, y'all? Wolf God the Prophet here. Man, y'all can see that behind me? It's about to rain, and I still ain't brought me no rain jacket. I need to stop being cheap and get me a rain jacket. Make sure y'all get y'all a rain jacket, man. It's gonna come in handy. Some of y'all been asking me how's my sales. Uh, Ever since it got cold, sales are still down, but we still steady. So it's really not a big deal. Y'all got to remember, I'm comparing it to the summer, the most busiest time in this business. So if anything, my sales was up this past summer, and right now they just steady. But today I want to talk about, my last video was the top 5 mistakes that I've made, and what I would do over. And somebody in my mentor programs was like, you should do a video on the top 5 things you did that made you successful. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. I got a few drop-offs. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get some outside footage because, like I say, it's raining. So y'all stick with me. We're gonna talk about the 5 things I did to help me make more money, I guess, so to speak. Before we get into that, for those who trying to get into the Blueprint program, we was booked to capacity, but I just opened up a few slots. Check the description for that. And let's get to work and get to it. All right, let's see what type of driveway we working with today. I'm hoping it's not too difficult. I got some space. Should be up here on the right. Oh, not bad, not bad. Let's get to it. And I'm waiting on the customer to get here. They got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If they're not here, on to the next, and they gotta wait till the end of the day. But this is something y'all gotta deal with. Customers not being here, slowing you down a little bit. But I think this may be them pulling up now, so I'll get with y'all. Alright, decided to take a little break while this rain clear up, but I don't know if y'all can see, it's kind of ugly out there. But anyway, so the 5 things I did, to make me successful in this business. The first thing that I did was I changed the term I into we. What I mean by that is I stopped saying, I only did it for a few days, but I noticed a big change. I stopped saying I can do, I charge this, or I offer this, and I started saying we. And what that does is it kind of let customers know that you're serious and you are a legit business, and they can't talk you down on the price, and this is not a negotiating type of deal. So that's a big change. When you act like a small company, customers will treat you like a small company. So me acting like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I act like I'm a Fortune 500 company and it's like 30 of us. That's how I act. That's how I present myself to customers. And I noticed they don't try to haggle me on the price, or they don't try to negotiate, or I take payments up front. They don't have no issue with that. Go and check your ads. Check your ads to see if you're using I instead of we. It's gonna make a big difference. Trust me. The second thing I did, or I didn't do, and that's acquire debt. You don't need any debt to be successful in this business. I'm doing it right. So it doesn't make sense if you have a payment on a dumpster. It don't really make sense. You're gonna chew into your profit margins real quick. You don't need any debt for this business. Now, a truck, I can see maybe if that's your only transportation and you want something nice, and maybe you have another gig on the side that can pay for the truck. But don't get a payment on a truck and have the dumpster business be your only source of income. So if you're gonna get a payment on the truck, make sure you're doing something else to cover that payment for the truck, and that way your company can use it debt free. But do not, I repeat, a truck, I'm not too, I don't really agree with the truck, but I can see it, I can understand it. But a dumpster, it doesn't make any sense. Do not get no fucking debt on a dumpster. The third thing I did was I built me a system to where from the time a customer calls me until I pick up the dumpster, it's efficient and it's convenient for the customer. So build you some type of system for your business that, you know, it's almost like autopilot from when the time the customer calls you until you have to go pick up the dumpster. So that was definitely a game changer. Don't kind of go with the flow, you know, have you a system in place. The fourth thing I did was kind of a game changer for me was I added additional services. Now, you don't have to add additional services. So if you got other things that, you know, like if you got other businesses or if you work a part-time job, you don't really need additional services. Adding additional services can bring in some extra money, and customers like that. Customers like to go to people to where they can get most of their things done at once. So for example, if you're doing dumpsters and you get into pressure washing, a customer will prefer to rent their dumpsters and also use you to pressure washer, or if you're doing window cleaning or whatever it is. Like, think of, add an additional service, whatever works for you, whatever is comfortable for you. It don't have to be junk removal, it don't have to be pressure washing, it don't have to be those things. I'm just throwing those out there, but whatever works for you, think about that, because customers like using one company for multiple things. The fifth thing and the most important thing, at first, when I first started, I was chasing money, and a few weeks after that, I stopped chasing money. And what I mean by that is, sometimes somebody may call you and you kind of unsure about the load, like you kind of unsure about the weight. You know, it's just like, I shouldn't take that, but the money, I need the money. Don't do that. You're only gonna make things worse for yourself. So if it don't make sense to you, don't worry about the money, right? The customer's gonna be there, the money is gonna be there. Like, don't chase a dime. What you should be chasing is building your business, making sure you can run efficiently, and making sure it makes sense for you, because you want to go pick up a dumpster, you want to go take it to the landfill with no problems. Now, if you take a super heavy load that you know you shouldn't have been taking for the money, you might catch a flat tire, your axles might break, or, you know, you might get to the landfill, the pallet might break when you pull it off. It's just so many things that can go wrong when you chasing money. So make sure you focusing on how can your business run efficiently, how can your business run smooth. That's what you should be focused on. That's what you should be worried about. The money's going to come. Do not chase money. And you're going to get that. You're going to get calls to where people call you and, you know, they got 4,000 pounds worth of stuff, you know, and maybe you can't haul 4,000 pounds because you got a quarter-ton truck. You know, don't go haul it because the money is there. Just make sure you're doing what makes sense for your business. Try to think about the expenses that you can't see, the maintenance that you can't see. Even though, like, if somebody calls me, like, I get calls all the time when people call me and they're like 45 miles out, and they're willing to pay an extra 75, extra 150 just for me to bring them a dumpster. Now, granted, you know, the money is good, but I got to think about the miles I'm putting on the truck. I got to think about, you know, if my truck break down, you know, I got to think about the towing. You know, if I catch a flat tire, I got to think about how far I'm away from my tire shop that I go to. So just kind of keep that in mind. You know, don't always chase a dollar. Just make sure you are doing what's right for your business. Those are the 5 things that make my business good. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.